It was only 3 minutes.
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we are professionals.
That's right. Well, 3 minutes into the show, and I guess I'll start the audio recording. The other one did it automatically. This one doesn't do it automatically. Yes, I should do it on my own, but, here we go.
Well, let this be a lesson to you.
I learned many lessons.
In your pursuit of excellence, you like to change things around.
I'm on a constant thought process of making things better. That's what I do.
Right. Yeah, you're always in it to optimize.
I have hundreds of dollars of plugins that I will never use for the audio because I've tried them out and you can't return them. And I need to get better on for sure. Here we go.
This is Total Babble. Total Babble. It's a show about music, pop culture, social media, movies, the internet, relationships, TV, whatever. Total Babble. The Total Babble Podcast.
She's Emily, I'm Stu, and the show's running now. And hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, most importantly?
I'm good. I found out this week that it is nearly impossible to get kicked off the Nextdoor app. I was off Meta all week because there was that protest that was going on for the week, and I enjoyed that. It was good to me. I felt like I could devote my attention to so many different things, and I felt better as a person. I guess that's what Facebook and Instagram and Nextdoor, I stayed off those. I came back and got on the Nextdoor where it's people talking about coyotes and these goddamn kids on their e-bikes. And I found out that a meme I put up a couple weeks ago for Carrie Underwood got taken down. And all it was a picture of her, and it said, I can't wait to keep not listening to Carrie Underwood. And that's because she has Trump ties, and she's fake country music. She's fake news, fake country music, and it was just a joke. Can't wait to keep not listening to her. The Nextdoor people didn't like that. They removed it, saying it was objectionable. And I think Zuckerberg did it personally. That's the way I took it. And I'm also enjoying your facial expressions, encouraging me to go like, oh, is that right, Stu? Because we did 3 minutes of the show before and I didn't record it. It's like we're all doing it fresh right now for the first time. But anyway, I'm setting up the bit. So they have a thing where you can appeal, and it says in the appeal, explain why it doesn't break guidelines, clarify your intent, provide context about the topic. So I replied to them about my Carrie Underwood post. It was very innocuous. I said, so you're saying that I'm not allowed to simply tell others on Nextdoor who might be Carrie Underwood fans that I can't wait to not listen to her more. Yes, please appeal. And also, fuck you hard. So I took a screenshot of that, sent it to them, then posted the screenshot in Nextdoor and let it sit for a while. And they took down that screenshot, saying that that was objectionable somehow, and I didn't get a response. I then created a fake account and went in and took that screenshot and posted it again and said, he makes sense to me. That one got taken down. But I'm doing these things and I'm still not banned. I'm trying to get banned from Nextdoor and they just won't seem to do it. What needs to happen here?
Dick pics.
Oh, you're right.
But I think that what you could do is you could do it in a way that isn't really a dick pic, or it isn't really what it looks like it is. Have you ever seen those shots where it looks like something objectionable, but then when you look at it closer, it's not that at all?
Well, remember the contest that I had where I had the thing stuffed in my bike shorts that I won't reveal now because the contest is still underway? Sure. Facebook and Instagram both would not post that, saying it was objectionable and there was no nudity involved. There was not even real peen involved in that shot.
Right.
Sons
so
of
something
bitches.
Similar. But also, say, for example, have you ever seen those shots of it looks like someone's boob cleavage, but then you zoom out and it's some guy's ass crack?
Right.
So, that sort of optical illusion type situation, or it's actually someone's elbow pit or something like that. I think that you could arrange a variety of things in suggestive manners and take photographs of them.
So what you're telling me is I need a Carrie Underwood dick pic.
Or just keep trolling them in a way that I find really delightful. So, for example, I think that you should start getting photos of, say, a coyote off the internet and say, found dog, not very friendly. And then just keep posting updates. Say, can someone please come and get this dog? I can't keep it. I've already got too many dogs and I can't get it in the car. I'm keeping it in my garage. Like, start saying like all sorts of crazy, just increasingly unhinged things. Just make it seem like you're a complete idiot. Also, do the same for a raccoon, but pretend like you think it's a cat. And so like take a photo of a raccoon and say, found cat.
What if I did all these things talking about I found this dog and I don't know what to do with it, and if it's yours, come get it? What if I did that and then posted pictures of Carrie Underwood? Just totally non sequitur, not even implying she's a dog. She's attractive. She's just an asshole. I could do that just to make it more nonsensical. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you could do that too.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm liking your ideas. I'm liking your thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, it feels almost not funny enough, though. Like, what about if you got a photo of a real old person and was like, found Nana? And like Doris.
Or a picture of an old person and I say, this raccoon keeps breaking into my trash and trying to eat stuff.
Yeah, well, just said I found him at the back in my trash can.
This is unacceptable.
I've brought him inside. He can't remember his name or where he comes from. But if he's yours, you should come and get him. And the best part about this is people are so funny. They will think you're being serious and they will keep trying to help you.
Yeah, people are really dumb on Nextdoor.
Call the police. You should really call the police. And then you should say, no. He says he doesn't want me to call the police. He wants me to call his mum. But obviously he's very old. His mum's gone.
I don't know if you get them there based on where you are, but there's the coyotes, there's the e-bikes, and then people are constantly talking about the plots that are underway because they see streaks of jet exhaust in the sky, and it's got to be chemtrails. And the chemtrails people are huge on Nextdoor here. Bunch of dipshits.
I live in the neighborhood with a few people. I'm really excited, by the way. I don't know if you can hear my heart beating from here, but I am so excited about this Nextdoor mission. I've got another idea.
Okay.
I'm off the pets now, and I'm on to other cool things.
All right.
I think you should get a picture of a flip-flop and be like, found flip-flop. If this is yours, meet me on the corner of this street and this street at 6 p.m. on the 14th of February. And I'll give you back your other flip-flop. Like, take photos of random shit that you find that is obviously trash. And then try and find the owner for it on Nextdoor. Try and be the most helpful person you ever possibly be.
I think if I do that, I might need to start a new account now because I am convinced that anytime I do anything, my name pops up in a special place and that they're looking at everything I do. So if I do that, I might need to start a secret person again.
Yeah, and if I was you, I would get a VPN if you don't already.
I do. I have a VPN. I think they must just do it by my name because it doesn't seem to matter. And also, it might not make sense if, it has my neighborhood and I'm showing up from Iowa or something. Well, this guy's in Iowa. What the hell? Because I need to be, I don't have to be in my own neighborhood. That's a good point. I could pretend to be living in Iowa. I don't know if that's as much fun, though. All right.
So many questions.
So what's your deal? You said you have a nickname or something? Sparky? Is it Sparky?
No, but it starts with an S.
All right.
So my husband refers to me as a Shagnet, which isn't as fun as it sounds. It actually stands for shit magnet because anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And as we know, my husband travels a lot for work, and I just feel like every time he leaves the house and the universe knows that he's away and then things break, things go wrong, and just the suck knob gets turned up to 11 on my life.
And once again, that's suck knob.
Yeah, the suck knob.
Not a sock.
Not a sock. Yeah, the suck knob.
For those listening at home.
And so in the last week, just a variety of amazing things have happened to me. And it doesn't even include the tragedy of the fact that my geriatric dog finally passed. May she rest in peace. But since my husband has been away on this trip, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, beep, beep. The smoke detector in my youngest son's room decides to run out of batteries.
I don't know if you know my history with this. This is the bane of my existence.
It's absolutely frightful. Okay, so we're all awake now. We don't want to be awake at this time in the morning. It's a school morning. This is not okay. As we know, I'm a strong, independent woman. However, these are man duties, okay? But he is away for a week. And so I can't let this go for 15 minutes, let alone 5 days. So down I go, get the ladder, get another battery, get upstairs, and I'm not happy. Okay, so I'm up this ladder, struggling with the thing. I'm not very good at this, okay, because I don't do it a lot. It takes me so long that I accidentally let the entire alarm system go off on the house, because if the battery's out for too long, it thinks the house is on fire. And so the whole house alarm starts going off on the street. The kids are screaming because the whole house is going off. They've got their ears covered, and I'm scrambling to ram a D battery into these thing, finally get it up there. My heart is in my throat. I finally get it done. Okay, this is great. I'm like, wow, I'm amazing.
D battery? Really? I would think 9 volt.
No, 9 volt, not a D battery. You are correct.
Just don't want anybody to do the wrong thing. I've had so much experience with this. Helping neighbors,
right.
It makes me, sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. It is a 9 volt battery, not a D battery. That's for big torches or flashlights. Okay, yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay.
No, you're not an idiot. I want to make sure that nobody goes out and buys the Ds when, unless they're a model, then they need the Ds, but...
Right. So it's a 9 volt battery. Okay. So I finally got it in there. It's relatively tricky. Okay. Because I'm also vertically challenged and I have a step stool and I'm on the top of the step stool and I'm still struggling on my tippy toes to get to this thing. Anyway, that's done. Fine. I'm traumatized. Then I get in the car and it's out of washer fluid and it's freezing cold and the windscreen's frozen over. I'm like, this is great. And we're running late for school. And it's just like one thing after the other. I had a really shit day yesterday. I came home, I walked in the door and I was like, this is amazing. I have 10 minutes until I have my next work call. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. I turned on the kettle. I grabbed the cupboard handle. I pulled the door and the whole thing fucking came off and hit me in the face.
The cupboard did?
The entire cupboard door. The whole thing. The whole thing. And I was like, I can't even look at it. I just got it and I just put it on the bench and I've just left it there. I can't even deal with it right now. I'm like, this is just, it's too much. There are too many things happening. I just walk away, Renee. I just walked away from that. I can't even. But everything that can go wrong will go wrong. I had to get a stool sample from one of the cats. Okay?
Well, that sounds like fun.
Oh, it was amazing. Good news.
It's your own fault you have cats.
Yeah, right. True. So I was able to get the stool sample relatively quickly and easily. However, I got so busy, I didn't get time to take it to the vet. So this is the story of how I have a tube full of cat shit in my refrigerator that every time I open the door, there's a big tube of cat shit in there and just a constant reminder of how I am out of control of my life.
Yeah.
And so at some stage, I have to just restart that process. Anyway, so there have been so many little things that have gone wrong that I can't even tell you. It is ridiculous.
In the broad-based comedy movie that is your life, what would happen next is that the woman that helps take care of your kids would come over, not realize what that was, thinking it was chocolate, and try to dig into it a little bit secretly. That is what would happen in the movie.
That is what would happen in the movie. It has been absolutely insane, and it has been a traumatic week dealing with the death of our dog.
Yeah, that sucks.
We have a new not sponsor.
Oh, all right. Who's pissed you off?
It is the aftercare services that were provided for my dog.
They try to upsell you to like a urn or something?
Way worse.
All right.
My dog was very, very ill. Very, 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 very sick. She had cancer. She'd become fully paralyzed at this point. As we know, she was very sick, very old. So she had been dead for less than an hour. I held her in my arms as she died. It was awful. I was so sad. I went to my car. I was alone. My husband was away. I was so sad. I was crying and literally vomiting into a bag. I got home and the dog had been dead for less than an hour, and I had an invoice in my inbox that said, "Thank you for your business. Please pay $258 for a private cremation." And I was like, okay.
First off, the timing is very sensitive and thoughtful of them.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, as you know, I always look on the bright side of life. In the spirit of kindness, I went, when I get to talk to these people, I'll let them know that their system is not configured correctly and that you probably shouldn't send the invoice as soon as you put the details into the system. Not good. I waited 3 days for them to call me. No one has called me. Usually they'll call you to convince you to engage their services. I haven't agreed for them to take my dog yet. Finally, 3 or 4 days goes past. I have the presence of mind to open up the invoice and read who it's from, and I call them. Only to discover that not only do these people have my dog, they have taken my dog from the vet without my permission. The guy, I say, okay, great. Do you offer memorial products? And he says, yes, but we won't perform any services until we receive payment.
Again, sensitive and thoughtful.
Incredibly sensitive and thoughtful. I am so upset. I was so pissed off. And I was like, okay, I understand that, but wouldn't you like to only send me one invoice rather than a series of invoices? He's like, oh, yes. Okay, great. So what?
Good point. You want a job?
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I'm so glad one of us is doing the thinking here. Okay, great. What kind of things do you provide? And then he starts reading out a list to me. And I'm like, wait, no. Don't you have a website? Yes. Okay, what is the URL? Holy shit. So while I am talking to Captain Remedial and I'm trying to get, this is incredibly traumatic, I start to cry because I'm so frustrated. And 2, I'm going, these people are holding my dog hostage. They have her, and I have to go with these people. And I did say to the guy, if you didn't already have my dog, I would have made alternative arrangements because this is not a good experience for me. Yeah. He apologizes. I say, look, if it would be helpful to you and your team, the owner or the manager, if they want to call me, I can help give feedback on how you can help improve your service for other clients. And he's like, all right, I'll tell the manager that you want to talk to her. And I'm like, no. I don't want to talk to them. But if you are interested in fixing whatever's going on over there, I am open to helping you.
You can't offer to help people anymore. I don't know what you were thinking there, but
exactly. Anyway, yeah. I'm positively full of rage at this point. Anyway, he said, okay, this is how much it's going to cost, blah, 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 blah. Where do you want me to send your invoice, text or email? I said, I don't mind. Whatever is easier for you, I'll pay it immediately. Thanks. Clunk. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 24 hour. Fucking nothing. Oh my God. So the next day, I call these cockheads again. Ring, ring. Hello. It's somebody else. Hi. It's me again. You have my dog. I called yesterday. Oh, yes. We all are familiar with your case. We've all listened to the recording. I meant to call you. I've been meaning to call you. Sorry that we haven't called you earlier. Sorry. Blah, 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 blah. I can take your payment over the phone right now. Okay, great. Thank you so much. Here's my credit card details. Great. Finally, I'm like, it's done. It's over. Thank you. Clunk. Bring. You've got mail. Here's a fucking invoice for $53.33. What the fuck? Anyway. So after I pick my jaw up off the floor and stop throwing things, I pick up the phone again. Ring, ring. It's some other dickhead. Hello. I have just received another invoice. Well, you shouldn't have. I am... Yep. I am well aware. The work of Captain Obvious is never done.
Yeah.
However, I'm here to tell you I have.
Right. Thus my phone call.
Yeah, exactly. Thus my phone call in the amount of $53.33. And the guy's like, well, I mean, even if you did get an invoice, it should only be for $39.95. I'm like, okay, I think we're getting far away from the point here. The point is, I just got off the phone from paying you for this, and I'm starting to get very distressed. This is very traumatizing. What has happened to my dog?
Right.
Do you even have my dog? Is she rotting in a pile? Or do you have her, is she refrigerated? He goes, no.
No to what?
No to what? She's not refrigerated? He said, no. I said, so is she...
Fuck.
I go, lucky it's winter. I go, where is she? He says, an industrial facility. I'm like, okay. Wow. Anyway, I finally was able to ascertain that she's in a industrial freezer. She is now deep frozen. Okay, this is great. This is obviously very upsetting, but these people are so disorganized. I am expecting that I'm going to get the paw print of a chihuahua back. And so for context, my dog was massive. Right. But I think whatever I'm going to get back, it could be somebody else's dog for all I know. I have zero faith in these idiots. Anyway, so I get through this full call and the guy's like, well, you don't have to pay it. I said, okay. He goes, oh, I know how it happened. I just put the order in to make the paw print because I wanted to get a Christmas ornament made out of her paw print. He's like, yeah, I just ordered it. I said, well, your system is set up to automatically send invoices to ask me to pay for it. He's like, oh, well, it shouldn't do that. Oh my God!
Right.
Okay.
Shouldn't have, but it did, as a matter of fact.
It did. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. That's so great. Thanks. Okay, bye. And they're like, don't worry about it. But the invoices are still coming to me.
It's going to go on for a while. And here's the one thing that I'm going to interject and the one thing that I'm going to plead with you on. And I'm going to preface this by saying that you need to help other people. You should do that part so nobody else has to go through this. What is the name of this place so that we can put together a nice little video clip and you can send that video clip to them and say that you're going to spread it around as a point of reference to anybody else whose pet dies and is having to go through all of this bullshit. That name would be...
I can't tell you. I don't want to do that
God
to them.
Damn it. Come on.
But I will tell you. And
Why can't you tell us?
But you will be proud of me. I did take action.
Well, yeah.
I contacted my vet. As you know, I've had the grim experience of losing 2 pets in the same month. The first pet that we lost, we had different aftercare services through our same vet, and they were fantastic. They're called Pet Angel.
Right.
And they were magnificent.
Right, but what's the name of the bad one?
And then between that helpful. Time...
I'm feeling like you don't really care about other people in the world.
And then now our vet changed services because Pet Angel upped their prices too much. So they went for a cheaper version. Anyway, I have detailed the entire problem to the practice manager of our vet surgery, and she has hauled their ass down there for a please explain. The owners of the company by the ear, and she is sitting them down and she is forcing them to change she is threatening to eject them and to have them no longer work. This is completely unacceptable. No way. And so their entire business is either getting fixed or getting told to get fucked. So
as a professional that tends to handle the social media jihads, I can tell you good start, but still not enough. Why won't
Well-
you mention the name?
I'll tell you why.
All right.
Because they have made a commitment to change, and the owner of the company called me and is making a time to have an interview with me so that they can improve their service and so that it never happens to anybody ever again. And so he proactively reached out to me. There are 2 owners of the company. They have listened to every one of my recordings. They have conducted staff training. They've spoken to everybody involved. They are taking it very seriously.
Yeah.
I want to give them that opportunity before I wage war, because I think that you can tell a lot about someone by the way they fix a mistake and how they approach it versus if they don't. Now, if they come into this meeting like this is your fault, and if they try to defend themselves or anything like that, then I'll see you next week. And it's on like Donkey Kong. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and the opportunity.
That's good. I have had horrible experiences with companies, and they have come back and said, wow, we're really sorry. This shouldn't have happened. And I let that go, and that's the right thing to do. I am offering now to make you a clip of this so that you can pass this clip along with the notation that you're very willing to reveal the name of their company in future weeks if not handled properly. I'm just throwing this out there because that's insanity. That's like Randall at Target many years ago, F. Randall. And I'm going to talk about Target here shortly. And there's no way that should ever happen.
There's no way it should ever happen. And it's one of those things where no amount of, like, I don't want a refund. I don't want anything. They've robbed me of the opportunity to say goodbye to my pet.
Yeah, you now have this memory.
I now have this memory.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to choose the things that I wanted. It was very stressful. I wasn't able to involve my family. I wasn't able to get what I wanted. I was stressed out. I didn't know where the body of my dog was for 3 days.
That's something I meant to ask you as you were telling the story, and I wanted to let you go. If it were me, and I know this probably isn't an option for you because of the kids too, I would have gotten so pissed off and frustrated at that point. I would have said, you know what? I'm not doing any of this. You do whatever you want with my empty shell of a dog, because I, as a human being and spiritual person, believe that the spirit has left the animal or human when it dies, and you keep that shell. You do whatever needs to happen. I'm going to have nothing to do with it. You incur the expense. They wouldn't have anything to do with you then. They couldn't sue you. They couldn't do anything.
No, exactly. But what I really wanted is the paw print Christmas tree ornament. Like, that is a really big deal to my kids. And so I really, really wanted that.
Right. I get it. I would have from the beginning not cared, because that's my attitude. Those are my own beliefs. And then if I started to do that, I'd just be like, okay, fuck it. Do whatever you want. I don't care. And okay. So the option is there. I can make you a clip now, and you can play them the clip. And if they don't fucking do the right thing moving forward, then there's options. We have that.
And then we have that. Yeah. And I was so annoyed. I just got the absolute bare minimum, because I was like, I don't want to give these people any more of my money.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity to get me to spend a lot of money.
Yep.
Because I was very vulnerable. I would have spent a lot of money with these people at that time, but I got so angry.
Yeah. It sounds very shitty and insensitive, and
just bad business and bad training. I was gobsmacked. Anyway, today's not sponsor, those aftercare people.
Whose name you should mention now, but you won't.
Insert name here, but it rhymes with glove. Yeah.
Also not sponsors. Good, helpful transition for me. Now I can't go to Target, and I can't watch CNN, the sons of bitches. I used to be so anti-boycott. Remember how I used to say I hate all these people and their fucking boycotts? And I feel like kind of a hypocrite now, because now I'm doing it. But it just seems like we have to say F Target now. Probably everybody has heard. You haven't heard about this? Oh, that's right. You try not to watch the news.
I do. What?
They have chosen to suckle the Trump. They, along with all the other big companies, are suckling the Trump and nuzzling up to him, and they have abandoned all their programs promoting equality. They have completely gotten rid of that. And that being the case, I am saying that it's now time to shop at Walmart or Costco. And
Sorry, whoa, wait a minute, back it up.
Walmart, all the employees are terrible,
What?
but at least they're honest about it from the beginning. Target has been this big, wonderful place where everybody was included, and we've talked about it on the show so many times. We've gone over Target over and over again, and I said that I love the freaks. I love the people that get hired who can't get hired at other places. A week ago, I was picking something up from the parking lot, and all the long hairs are bringing my stuff out, and I said that this is great. I had a deaf cashier one time, and I liked that all kinds of other different people, well, they have just completely abandoned their DEI program, and they no longer are promoting equality, at least on an official level. And the timing of that is weird now that we have a new leader and dictator. And isn't that just a weird coincidence?
That is upsetting,
So
to say the least.
they're up there with Zuckerberg and Bezos and all those people. It's time to say F Target. Go ahead and shop at Walmart. All the employees are terrible, but at least you know what you're going to get. And I took the time to email their CEO, by the way. His email address is Brian, Brian .Cornell, Cornell, @target.com. It's his real email address. At least it didn't bounce back. And I told him, Walmart has better prices and there's no moral reason to support Target right now. So that's what I'm going to do. And I just am so frustrated with all these people. And I'm just tired of it. And we talked about DEI on the show, and that's where I learned about it. It was probably like right where we started the show with you. And I knew of those programs. I just didn't know they were called DEI programs. And the point I made is that I don't want quotas. I think quotas are a terrible idea and not fair. But everything I've researched seems to indicate that there aren't quotas involved, and it's just programs to really give opportunities to everybody. So, yeah, it's really important that we get rid of that fairness for everybody. And I'm just so frustrated by it. And it's just another thing. I feel like I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders.
Oh, it's so terrible. I'm so sorry. The good news is that the new administration is actually implementing their own bent of DEI.
All white people?
Well,
Better opportunities for white people? That'd be good.
Well, you've heard about Doctors Without Borders, but have you heard about Doctors Without Degrees? Because now they're actually giving people without qualifications the most coveted and important jobs in the land.
Probably because of RFK's influence and that kind of thing, because he doesn't believe in any kind of real medicine. Good Mike Smack.
Thank you. You're welcome. Well, not necessarily him, but the new Secretary of Defense.
Oh.
The new head of the IRS.
Oh, I can't keep track of all these misfits. It's a big fucking circus. I don't know who they are.
Exactly. Like, it's an absolutely massive circus. So the new head of the IRS, do you think that he is a CPA?
I think he probably has no financial background based on the way things have gone.
You would be correct.
Oh, okay,
in fact, he is somebody who has actively lobbied for the IRS to be disbanded, and instead suggested that we should do away with income tax at all and just add a 30% tax to everything that we buy.
Which I bet wouldn't apply to the really rich people. Because I've heard that idea before, and that would be great if it applied to everybody, because I think I pay about that now. But I bet when you get to anybody that makes more than $1 million a year, they won't have to pay any taxes, and it's just going to be everybody else fronting the load.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Everything he's doing is
bonkers.
Completely wrong. And when I say he, I mean Trump. It's like he said, who is the worst possible person that I could hire for this job? And then he hires them. It's unbelievable. And it's beyond anything I could have imagined. And I feel like I tell myself every week that we start the show the last 2 weeks, I need to not get worked up and not fucking go off on Trump so much because I'm concerned about getting thrown in jail. But then we get into it. And I'm sorry, I have a conscience and I have a lot of trouble holding back when I get worked up about the stuff that really matters in people's lives.
Yeah, it's insane. And to be clear, it's not a fait accompli right now, but the guy I'm talking about is actually Billy Long. And so he's
Even his name is dickish.
It is. And
was it a porn star? I'm Billy Long. How are you?
No,
Dick.
he's a former auctioneer.
Oh, God. Does he have a weird Alabama accent, too? That would be perfect.
That would be perfect. I'm not sure, to be fair. Now, he hasn't been sworn in, but he is a nominee, right? But he has very, very little leadership experience beyond running his own auction company. And the other thing, too, is I don't know what the number is, but it's more than 10,000, I want to say, IRS employees have just been told that they are going to be redeployed to be border forces or they are going to lose their jobs.
I hadn't heard the news yet today. This is pretty great.
Yeah.
The IRS people are being deployed to the border.
Well, not to the border, but to work
for the border program.
Yeah, for immigration.
Okay. Well.
Or, something like that. Now, I'm not 100% sure on it. It could be bullshit that I heard on the internet, but someone can fact check me on it.
All right. Well, this just happened, and it's something we can research for future information. It sounds great. It sounds in line with everything else that's happening, so we can look into that. And
yeah, it's absolutely bonkers. It is stranger than fiction. Oh, I've got something that'll make your heart happy, though.
No, I don't know if I can take it. I'm so used to being dark and empty.
Nevada, and specifically Las Vegas, has told the government to go fuck themselves.
That's happening in a few little spots, yeah.
Yeah. There will be no raids. They will be accepting everyone. They will not be sending people back. None of that.
Yeah, that's the way it started in Germany, too, that people were resisting, and then they didn't resist enough, and we'll probably get to that point, and I'm happy I updated my passport. I'll just say that.
I've got to get one.
Yeah, well, at least you can go back. Like you are known that you're from that country, and if things got really shitty, you could go back, right?
I could. Yeah, definitely.
So related to all this, Jim Acosta has left CNN. He was a reporter and anchor on CNN, and he was the one guy that really called out Trump on his lies and bullshit at press conferences. There's lots of videos of him asking Trump really pointed questions, and it's weird timing that there's been this recent shakeup of programming at CNN now that we have a new administration, and they're moving things around now that there's a new ruler. And they reportedly wanted to put him on at midnight. They wanted to banish him away. And it seemed like a big F you. We're sucking Trump ass right now here at CNN. We were forever known as the liberal network, and now we can't be that because he's in power. So he said, no, I'm not going to midnight. I'm not going to do that. That's not the right thing to do. I stand by my integrity. And he quit. And this is audio of his sign-off. Very cool.
People often ask me if the highlight of my career at CNN was at the White House covering Donald Trump. Actually, no. That moment came here when I covered former President Barack Obama's trip to Cuba in 2016 and had the chance to question the dictator there, Raul Castro, about the island's political prisoners. As the son of a Cuban refugee, I took home this lesson. It is never a good time to bow down to a tyrant. I've always believed it's the job of the press to hold power to account. I've always tried to do that here at CNN, and I plan on doing all of that in the future. One final message. Don't give in to the lies. Don't give in to the fear. Hold on to the truth and to hope. Even if you have to get out your phone, record that message. I will not give in to the lies. I will not give in to the fear. Post it on your social media.
So that was his sign off, and big respect to that guy. And I like that advice. Post that everywhere, and he's going to start his own thing. And I feel like I want to find him and support him in everything that he does. Because Jesus Christ, in this world where there's no goddamn integrity, at least having that guy is something.
Yeah. Oh, man, what a bummer. He's one of the good ones.
I go through my life and I'm dealing with stuff and facing the everyday challenges and dealing with the entertainment day job. And I'm like, okay, just got through that. And okay, everything is good. And then I think the state that our country is in, and I get stressed out and it bothers me. And the darkness shows up again. Darkness hasn't been around in a long time. And now there's constant darkness peering around the corner. And it just sucks.
I've been trying to really focus on the people in my life that I really like and I really enjoy. I started this year with trying to be more intentional around connecting with people that I like. And so where there is all of this darkness, I am trying to let the light in. So I'm contacting people from years and years and years ago that I haven't seen and trying to reconnect and make those friendships and stay more connected with my friends. You know, a lot of my really good mates, we just send each other memes on the internet.
Yeah.
Now, we don't talk to each other a lot, but I know that we're always thinking of one another. And I feel so close to them, even though we're not inside each other's pockets. So that's really nice. I'm trying to set aside that, you know, just keeping those connections. And that makes a huge difference. And spending more time with my kids and less time looking outside and more time focusing on what's right in front of me and making the most of that. And then in 4 years' time, I'll open the window and have a look out.
And then I wonder, do you have any of those people that are pro-Trump people? And if so, how do you handle that? Because I have completely gone 180 degrees on stuff. I used to be that, hey, I like to have conversations where I disagree with people and have debates with people, and I'm very open to that. I'm open to people having different ideas than I do. But at this point, what we have gotten to in this country is if you are a Trump supporter, it says so much to me about you as a human being that I cannot have you as a friend. It means you're a worthless, retarded, dumb shit, and I can't be around you. So I'm sorry if that's been identified in you, we're not going to be able to be friends anymore. And I hate that it comes to that. And again, I feel like a little bit of a hypocrite, but I just can't do it. It says everything to me.
I know a lot of people who are Trump supporters, and everybody has a reason.
It's almost like it's not just the fact that it is, it's how do you get to be so dumb that you get to that point that I judge. Does that make any sense?
I think it does, but I don't think a lot of people that I know that are Trump supporters, I wouldn't categorize them as dumb. Some of them I would say are desperate for change and all of these different things. And so I don't argue with anyone. I often listen. I'm not interested in having a debate with anyone about anything. I often keep my own opinions to myself. I'm happy if someone wants to talk about the things that they're into.
Right.
But and if somebody asks me my opinion, I'll share it. But I'm also not interested in having a debate because more often than not, people think that other people will change their mind in the face of good and useful information. They will not.
Right.
There is no point in trying to convince somebody else that you are right and they are wrong, or try and help them with their decision or any. That is not our job. It will never work. Don't even try.
See, but I feel like it is our job, and I know and respect people like you that can do that. I can't do that. To me, this is such a big thing that it's not, oh, I like chocolate, oh, I like vanilla. To me, for me personally, there's no way to not speak up about it.
I think that people will learn their lesson. You know what I always say, which is lessons are learnt, they're not taught. Anytime you feel like you're going to teach somebody a lesson, ultimately you're the one who's going to end up blue in the face or with egg on your face or the one being uncomfortable. People who created this situation are the ones who are probably going to hurt the most.
I agree with that completely. I think somebody from his own party is going to realize they've been lied to and they're not that stable, and they're going to try to assassinate him within a year. That is my prediction. I don't think for whatever reason he's going to make it 4 years, But also my concern is if we just let that be and let that go and let things play out, do we get to a point of no return where there is just such a fascist regime in power that we have no way to come back from that? And that is a very real possibility.
I find it very hard to believe that he's going to be around for much longer.
Right. But he's a puppet almost at this point. I mean, he's the puppet, and now Vance is going to be in there, and he's going to be doing the same Project 2025, women are servants, no birth control or abortion. That's all being put in place, and concentration camps are not far off, and all of this, I believe, really are being implemented. Who's doing it doesn't matter if we get to the point where we can't come back from it.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely bonkers. I think we talked about on the show last week, they're trying to deport people who aren't even Mexican back to Mexico.
Yeah.
It's nonsense.
So, all right. Well, whatever. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Changing to fun stuff. I like to put a little bit of fun stuff into the show. Have you and your husband started watching The Severance yet? Or have you got season 2 is just started? What's the Severance deal?
So we only got halfway through watching Severance, and we didn't get into it as much as you did.
Really?
It was a little bit slow for us, and so we got sidetracked by other things. So we're not even through season 1, let alone season 2.
All right. Well, I'm not going to ask you what happened because you might not remember, but towards the end, there are just really big WT fuck moments, like WT fuck just happened there. Holy crap. There's a lot of those. And I just rewatched all of season 1. It's on Apple TV. And again, Tim Cook, try not to give him your money, but I had a 3-month free trial Apple TV thing. Do that if you can. Or maybe just watch all of these and cancel your Apple TV because Tim Cook is licking the Trump ass. But it's a really good show. Season 2 starts out and it's good, but it is slower actually than season 1, so I don't know if you would be into season 2, to be honest. And I just think it's really good and recommend it for people out there.
Yeah, I liked it, but it was a little bit sort of heavy as well. Depending on how I am, I don't want to think.
It's not light by any means. Even the tone of it and the feel of it is very dark.
Exactly. And so that was more to the point. It was the weight of it. Is at nighttime, if I have a choice, because I only watch television when my husband is home and we watch one show and at nighttime. And when I sit down, often I'm exhausted and I just want to dissociate. And I want something really light that I don't have to think about. And so we'll watch a comedy or something. Yeah.
And my biggest concern in this is where they might be going with everything, because there's lots of... Did you get to the goats yet? Okay, well, there's something with goats. You want to find out what's happening with the goats. And I just hope they handle this well. I don't want it to end up like Lost. Lost was the show that everybody was so into for so long. And then it's like, okay, it's coming to an end. And it was just the biggest bullshit ending you've ever seen. And everybody was really unhappy with it. And I hope they're not going to do that.
Yeah, I hope not as well. I never got into Lost, but my husband did. And I just, nah. And it was the same as like Game of Thrones. Ending was shit.
I didn't watch it forever and then got into it at the end. It was like, oh, here we go. And it's like, wow, I just got screwed on that. Just wasted all that time watching that. So
yeah,
it's important not to suck.
Same for Yellowstone. It was great. And then as soon as Kevin Costner pulled out, garbage. It's turned into hot garbage.
Don't know if you heard, they're doing another season of Bad Monkey. More Bad Monkey coming.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a
down
great
to
show.
clown. That is great.
Let's go with the monkey.
Let's go. I'm pumped. That's going to be great. It's a great show.
All right, so here is the part of the show where you need to go to your outline and go down to the secret picture part of your outline, because I have a thing that I want to talk to you about that I will maybe repost in our social media, really just the blue sky, but maybe I'll put it up everywhere. And I talked about this a little bit there. But we were talking a couple weeks ago. You were kind of thinking that I was one of those dumb margarine people that was eating bad margarine, not thinking about the health aspects of it. And I said, no, I'm getting the best margarine you can get. But then I took your advice and I started looking into things. And I said, oh, I'm going to go with real butter. And that'll be a good way to go. And if I have high cholesterol in a couple months, I will come back to you and yell you and put your name out everywhere for everybody to know. But for now, I'm going real grass-fed, wholesome butter, no GMOs.
How good is it?
It's really good. It's much more tastier.
Yeah,
And
it's so good.
A little bit more expensive, but it's worth it. So then I thought, okay, I hate having to spread it. And there's a thing called a butter crock. And if you take a butter stick and you pack it in there, you can keep it in the butter crock and you can leave it out. So I went to Amazon. Oh, I hate that I went on Amazon, but I went there to order one and I find this picture. And there's this picture of this ad for this butter crock. And I call it the butter gazing pic. It says the best way to keep butter soft and spreadable. And there's a picture of this total dude bro. He's got a muffin and it's as if he's saying, hey, watch the way I spread this. Are you seeing this picture here?
Yeah, it's weird.
Hey, watch me spread this. And then next to him is this semi-hot girl and she is just gazing at him going, oh, look at this man spreading butter. Do you see the look on her face?
It's ridiculous. Also, she's way too young for him.
Okay,
So
I hadn't
can't-
made that connection. You might be
I
right.
can't tell if she's his daughter, but the way she's looking
No,
at him,
she wants
that's
some of
wrong.
that. That dude is so getting laid. No one beats the butter man.
It's so gross. The other I can't stop looking at the butter crock though, because it doesn't have a lid.
I think the lid is right there to the left of it. Isn't that the lid?
Oh, that thing that's
Yeah, because the
Up.
butter part goes upside
Oh.
down into the water. I know because it finally just got here. But
okay.
do you think any woman has ever really looked at a man spreading butter in that way before? I mean, she is just soupy and ready to get at this guy.
No.
And he's just like, check this out. And her thing is like, if my dad wasn't 10 feet away, my pants would be on the floor right now. Oh,
Gross.
let's
No.
look at her. I don't find it gross. I just find it interesting. The fact that somebody put this together and said, yes, you can feel the sexual tension of the butter spreading, and we need to put this out as an ad. That's what I find funny.
Yeah, the audience is all wrong here. I mean, the audience is you, and you purchased it, so the ad worked.
Although I purchased it before seeing this, I don't know how
Uh-huh.
the ad would have affected my decision, negative or positive. Maybe it would have made me think, hey, I'm going to get somebody over to the house and I'll say, hey, babe, let me spread some butter.
I see. Interesting. Maybe, we still haven't started our social media dating profile for you. That's one of the photos. We should put that in the shot list of you and your butter crock.
I am convinced that you say that, and I love the idea, but you will never actually do it. And I don't hold that against you. I just know of the responsibilities that you have.
Yeah. I mean, it may not happen today, but one day, Stu,
I'll
one
believe
day.
it when I see it.
Me too.
I would like to encourage you to order one of these butter crocks. And maybe at a time when the kids aren't around, bring it out when the husband's around and see if he has any type of sexy reaction to the butter crock. See if anything happens there.
We already have a butter keeper, but
That's
it's
not the
it's
same as a butter crock, I don't
It's a
think.
butter dish, but it's not a butter crock.
You need a butter crock because it says, hey, look at me.
Weird.
I'm just saying.
I mean, honestly though,
Yeah.
as we've already discussed,
Yeah.
we're not having any more children. So it's probably better we don't get a butter crock if this
okay.
is where it's heading. Our family is complete, Stu. So if we get a butter crock up in here, who knows what could happen?
You know what I'm seeing happening. Oh, this is terrible. What's going to happen next is the Republicans are going to start banning butter crocks all over these United States because it makes people want to fornicate. Holy Christ, what am I doing spreading this badness?
I think you've missed the point. They're going to start dishing out the butter crocks because they want to increase the population.
You're right. That is the Christian thing. Oh, okay. Different idea. They're going to start giving out butter crocks in church when they're talking about Jesus. Jesus wants you to have a butter crock. Here, take it. Don't worry. It's not a thing. Just take it home. See how it makes you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've solved it all here today.
I love it.
This has been a show.
We're not going to talk about the photos?
Photos? Which photos?
Scroll down below the butter crock.
Oh, this is other stuff. This is other secret stuff that you're not supposed to be seeing yet. You're only supposed to scroll down to the butter crock.
Oh, shit.
I forgot which other photos are in there.
Okay, I scrolled down to these two guys that I like, and I was like, I'm excited for this. I know who both these people are, and I enjoy them both. We're not going to talk about them?
Let me go to your outline and see what's happening here.
Oh, I have a different outline to you?
Yeah, I keep your outline separate from me.
I see.
Yeah, because there's only, you're a need-to-know basis. That's what you are.
I see. I love this.
Oh.
Wow. I feel like I'm part of the Avengers cast and I'm fucking Tom Holland. I think I'm going to a wedding, but it's actually a funeral. I can't be fucking trusted
You
with
get
the
part
real
of the
outline.
script.
Yeah, I get a different version of the script so I don't fuck it up. I see what's happening.
This is a picture. This is a thing I was going to talk about. Billy Corrigan and Bill Burr. There's a thing going around that they might be long-lost brothers or something because what's his name? The comedian guy that I can't remember his name. Howie Mandel said that Billy Corrigan might be Bill Burr's brother and he had him on and then Bill Burr came on and it's feeling like a big fake bit to me. I don't think it's real, but they're kind of playing up that they might be long lost brothers. They do look a lot alike, but they're saying, yeah, how did you feel about that? And I think it's a bit.
I think it's definitely a bit.
Yeah.
Because anybody who is familiar with the two of them knows that Bill Burr is a fierce ginger. So, I mean, that's what it says on his business card.
Oh. And then here's the thing that has never come up. If you go down a little bit further, this is all stuff that might be used for the show. See the picture right underneath that table of songs and stuff there? See that picture from YouTube?
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
It's Jack Black.
Oh, well, damn it. Well, so much for that.
What?
I was going to have you guess. I was going to say, hey, this was his very first commercial. Do you know who this is? And I didn't know if you'd get it because he's like 10 years old in the picture. So it's like an Atari commercial or something for the game Pitfall. So, all right. Well, that YouTube out of context, you've already won. So there you go.
Where's my prize?
And there's... The prize is I'll make a clip when we mention the name of that place.
Okay. Deal.
This has been a show. I will say to you, be vigilante.
Be a vigilante.
Okay, you know how this goes. Like us, subscribe, tell your friends, write a nice review, engage with us. We're Total Babble on Instagram, on Facebook, on Threads, and on Blue Sky. Email is show@totalbabble.com. The Total Babble Podcast.
I will not give in to the lies. I will not give in to the fear. Post it on your social media.